Phil Collins. We'll do some Lionel Richie as well. But here in studio, Matthew Rock, thank you very much for joining us. And if ever there was an apt surname, that is the one. Is it an acquired surname or
yeah,
one that you were born with?
I was born with it.
You were born to rock?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Now, if you've been reading the local press or listening to news recently, you wouldn't have escaped what Matthew is up to. 26 gigs one night. That's impossible, Matthew. That is impossible.
It's scary. It's scary. It seemed like a really good idea at the time, but you've just said it now and I'm a bit scared about it.
Right, before we get into the technicalities of doing it, why?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, last October we were sort of thrown into oblivion, really, when my son, James, who was 8 at the time, was taken... He was very poorly.
Yeah.
And we had to go to Yeovil Hospital, who diagnosed him with a bowel disease, which they believed to be either Crohn's or colitis. And when it got to the stage where he really needed some expert help, at the drop of a hat, they were sending us off to Bristol Children's Hospital, a resource which was just available. And, you know, by going there, I learnt that that is a resource that's available to children all over the southwest. And so at any time, any child around us could need that facility. And what a facility it is, it's quite unbelievable. And we were there for 2 weeks. The whole experience was just humbling, awe-inspiring and all that, you know. And you see other things there and you see what the people do. And you appreciate it's just such a tiny spot on the landscape. But what they did for James meant that I came away firstly in the knowledge that they do serve a wide sort of base of location, but also, you know, completely inspired by what they did for us and more specifically for James, of course.
So with that in mind, you thought you'd repay them in a certain way.
I had to, and those that know me will vouch for the fact that the chances of me doing a marathon is sort of... so I turned 26 miles into 26 gigs as a performer, and like I say, it sounded a really good idea, but as it's this Saturday, I'm just panicking a little bit, you know.
Before we get into the gigs, where, when and how long have you been into music?
About 20 years, really. I've been, well, I say that, probably more. I mean, my first performance was at our very own Octagon Theatre when I was just 8.
Oh, yeah.
But let's say
what did you do, aged 8?
What did I do?
Yes.
I just played the keyboard then, you know, got a few notes out. Yeah, a little bit better now, I hope, but that was way back when. And since then, loads of stuff in and around Yeovil with all sorts of different companies and theatre companies and gigging myself. And it's surprising how many people that I know that have popped up and said, we'll be at one of those gigs, we'll be at one of those. And people I haven't seen for years, really, have said, we'll come along and chuck a couple quid in the bucket. And that's just great. And the whole thing is gone pretty massive. But I'm so pleased because it's such a great cause.
Have you got a target?
10 grand.
Right.
I'll stop when I get 10 grand. So I'm hoping that the
is that an incentive?
Well, I'm hoping that the gigathon will do the business. But if I've got to sort of go busking in the street afterwards, I will. But, you know, there's going to be a couple other things to follow it up. But I'm hoping that we'll crack most of that on the night, yeah.
Right, Matthew, do not go anywhere because we've got to talk about where, when and how.
Brilliant.
And also... a double-decker bus will be following. Stand by for more details. Travel next.
Midwest Radio Drive.
Drew and for Ray, it's Midwest Radio. Lovely. Now, if you were around sort of 5-10 minutes ago, which I sincerely hope you were, we're speaking to Matthew Rock. Now, we've talked about the side of why you're doing such a great event, but we haven't actually spoke about the technical side of it. Going from one gig to another. 26 gigs in one night. How long is the night? It starts at 5?
Yeah, it starts at 5. Officially finishes at about 11:15. Think it might go on a little bit longer than that at the last venue. There could be some fun there, but that's another story.
Okay, is it possible to get in 26 gigs in such a short space of time? What are you doing to make it happen?
According to my bit of paper here, it's definitely possible. Right, I've got 2 technical teams, okay? I've got 6-7 friends who have all chipped in. They're going to be my technical team. 3 or 4 of them work with me regularly anyway, with the gear, so that's great. I've borrowed some gear, some mates, Patrick Moraney, I've lent gear from, even him. So, it's great. I've got loads of gear. Two sets, they're overlapping each other.
That makes perfect sense.
Yeah,
this one.
yeah.
You get to a set, then it's already up and running.
Yeah.
And then the other one is relayed to the next one.
Yeah, but they've still only got...
What?
15 minutes.
That's not long.
Not a lot to
do the sound check and everything.
Get it down, sound check. Get it down, get it in the car, get it to the next place, set it up again, press play, and away we go. 15 minutes.
Right. 26 venues.
Yeah.
They're all obviously together with you, providing a really good service.
Yeah.
Name check, go.
Okay, ready, go. We start at the Halfway House at 5 o'clock. Then Fleur de Lis, the Great Lyde, the Pen Mill, the Royal Marine, the Green Dragon, the Armoury, Woods Wine Bar, Modelo, the Liberal Club, the Labour Club, the Mermaid, the Westminster, the Black Horse, the Globe and Crown, the Manor Hotel, Cooper's Mill, the Railway Hotel, the Quicksilver Mill, the Yew Tree, the Old Barn Club, the Arrow, the Plucknet, the Royal Standard, the Con Club, and the Yes Club to finish with.
Take a breath.
There it is. There it is. So yeah, and the charity is great. I mean, they've been really supportive to the point where it's all mod cons nowadays. In 2012, you can even donate down your mobile phone. So if anyone's out there sat with your mobile phone, you're probably looking at it now. You're probably playing Draw Something on it or something, or you might just be sat on the loo, or you might be sat on the loo playing Draw Something with your mobile phone.
You are down with the kids,
you know.
Yeah.
So if you are and you can, just send me a quid. I'm going for 10 grand. The number is 770. In your text who you send it to, you write 770. Then in the message space, you write Giga66, Giga 66, and then you can text a number between 1 and 10 for how many pounds you want to donate. So
right, you'll have to break that down for us laymen.
Right.
Okay,
okay, let's start again. Thanks, Drew. Yeah. Right, you send it. If I'm going to send a message, I type the number in. So if you were going to phone someone, you type a number in.
Okay, I'm with you there.
Okay, so to donate, you type 770.
Yep.
70070. That's
and then on the message...
On the message, you type Giga66, Giga 66.
Leave a space?
No.
No space.
After the 66, number between 1 and 10 for how many pounds you want to donate.
Oh, excellent. And it's as simple as that.
And if for any reason it doesn't work, try it in uppercase or lowercase, because different phones do different things, I found out. You know, technology at its best. But that would do it. And, you know, if anyone can, please do. I'd be so grateful. And if you can't, just turn up on the night and chuck 50p in a bucket. But anything would just be fantastic.
Before you go, one thing you've got to explain, there's a double-decker bus following you around.
I didn't mention the poor audience. Hello, audience. Looking forward to seeing you all. Yeah, red double-decker bus, because there's about 70 audience. And they've also got about 15 minutes to get on the bus.
To enjoy your set and then move to the next one.
Get off the bus. And they'll have their buckets, and they've all got T-shirts, especially.
Rent a Mob.
Yeah, it's Rent a Mob, and I'm so grateful to them all, and they've all hopped on, and it'd be brilliant.
Well, it goes without saying, we wish you all the best.
Thank you, son. Thank you, Midwest, for that massive support, and they're on our posters, Midwest. You'll see them all on there, and they've been absolutely fantastic. We're so grateful, so thank you guys very much.
That's kind of you to say so. A typical song from the set would be...
Summer of '69.
Wow, there's a coincidence. Once again, all the best. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thanks ever so much.
I got my first real